Alrighty, guys. Hello and welcome to another recap. My name is Thomas, and let's get to it. So, my first trade of the day was a short in Cisco, and seeing the daily on the left side, you might be thinking, okay, wait a minute, why did you enter short? The reason was the stock was gapping down, it was already a little bit extended, and also my point here was to watch this trend line break. So when it opened at 47.72 and then went straight down and then formed a really nice breakdown formation below 47.40 with a stop loss of 47.62, I jumped right in. uh, there was a little bit of worry about around the 47.20 level, which was the support right from there. This is what we call a flip line, where the it was formerly a resistance which turned into support. So actually, the market really reacted to that zone, then tried to push lower, and at that time uh, my profit target was just before the 47 whole number, uh, which would give me quite nice 2 to 1 on my money, slightly less, but that's okay for me since it's really close and the whole number is gonna be a hurdle anyway. So eventually, though, the market failed and it got exhausted, pushing downwards. But at that time, I already moved my stop loss to around a break even, so a really small loss there. Then another two trades were made in Citigroup. So the stock was going down pretty nicely, and the room was up until 55.80. So after a really rapid sell off from the beginning of the day, it then pulled to the VWAP line and I shorted it at 57. It was a false breakout. It got me out on my stop loss, which was 57.41. But all right, so yeah, the first entry was actually here. This was the second entry, and this is today's topic actually. So it got really close to the VWAP. The S&P, meanwhile, let's show it on the left right there. The S&P at that time was also making its way to the VWAP. So I saw this as a good opportunity. However, the markets then started pushing even higher. And when it finally broke this swing low, I decided to give it another try in the Citigroup. But unfortunately, it got me out even on the second try. So let's compare the situation with the UNFI, where again I had prepared two situations. One was right from the open below 1980, which didn't fill me. It gapped strongly about 15 cents and then just continued lower without any chance for re-entry. And so when I revisited it later in the day, it was actually forming a really nice breakdown formation below 18 with a relatively small, sorry for that, with a relatively small stop loss of just some 20 cents. And again, it just crushed down through it, some 15 cents. And so, yeah, would have paid me handsomely. So instead of losing slightly over 2%, I would have been up like 1.7, depending on how I managed those two trades. Well, this stuff happens, and one takeaway for me is to try be more aggressive on good setups and possibly pre-enter, which will give me a better risk to reward, which and of course some of the trades will end up being losers without them actually breaking the breakout lines. But I think that in the long run, this will be a better idea with in situations like these. So yeah, like frustrating day for me because I saw a good opportunities as well, and but in the end it is what it is, and the only thing I can do is to adjust my style because the market doesn't care. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another recap.